Geoff Cabe, Senior Associate Commissioner at Southern Conference. Worked with the Southern Conference office for a little over 20 years. Graduated from UNC Asheville in '89 and began working with the conference as an intern in '89, and got on full-time with them the following year. Spent the first part of my career in media relations. Ran the conference's media relations office for 5 or 6 years. Moved over and began running the conference's championships department for about the same length of time, and then moved into associate commissioner and then senior associate commissioner, working with mainly liaisoning with the athletic directors, running our basketball championships, working with scheduling, television, overseeing other departments in the conference office, and sports administrative duties, being kind of primary point person for football, men's basketball, and baseball. I was played basketball, baseball, and track and field when I was in high school. And my dad was a high school basketball coach, so as you can imagine, that's where all of the tie-in with athletics came. I think it's just being able to work with a variety of different people. When you're in a conference office, it's we've got 12 institutions. So you've got each school is unique, has different characteristics, has people that with a very diverse membership, and people that are very diverse. I think it's being able to try to work through all those different things, and at the end of the day, being able to come out with conference office policies and procedures that that can provide a level playing field for everybody. So I think it's just being able to communicate, being able to work with a variety of different people that as far as conference office work is very important. So certainly fly fishing is one of the big hobbies. Picked that up from my dad as well. So that's something I enjoy doing. Just being active. Our office was in Asheville, North Carolina for, we're now in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but it was in Asheville for quite a few years, and a lot of outdoor activities and things like that go on there. And then, and also, even though you work in athletics, you can also be a fan of athletics, and that takes up a great deal of time as well. I think conference is just such an interesting conference. It's obviously one of the most historical conferences in the country. We're the fourth or fifth oldest conference in the country, founded back in 1921. We had there's all this talk about super conferences now, and at the top level of Division I football, are we moving toward these super conferences of 16 members or more? It's interesting to note that the Southern Conference in its back in some of its earlier days was exactly that. In 1933 we spawned the birth of the Southeastern Conference, when we had members, many of them that currently make up the present day SEC, broke off from the conference, and the same thing happened in 1954 when we really gave birth to the modern day Atlantic Coast Conference. So there's that history there, and then I think one of the things about this conference that's really neat is there's always been a real high level of collegiality and camaraderie in this conference. I think the people that have worked for the schools, they genuinely enjoy being around each other, the people at the different schools, and that's made it very easy to work in the conference office, because I think we are unique in a lot of ways in that we have a lot of people that are really able to take off their school hats and put on their conference hats and think about what is really good for the conference. That this particular initiative may not be particularly great for my school, but I think it's going to be great for the conference as a whole, so therefore we're going to support it. I see a lot of that cooperation in our league, and talking with people in other conferences, you don't always get that. So I think that makes it a really special place, and then it's a neat. I think our schools are doing things the right way. They're competing at a high level, and I think our athletes are indeed student athletes, and we've got about 2 out of every 3 students in our conference are carrying 3.0 grade point averages or better. So they're going to class and they're being educated, and they're competing at a very high level, and at various times we've had that success on a national level competitively. So I think all that makes it a great league. I think we hope that they're a student first and an athlete second, and we hope that they use their time as an athlete in the conference to really learn those characteristics that are unique to sports that can help them become a leader when they leave the Southern Conference, when they're out in the business world or beyond. They can learn those lessons of teamwork and sacrifice, and those kinds of intangibles that, along with their education that they get at that school, it can make them very successful. We've recently adopted a strategic plan, and I think really what this strategic plan is all about is making sure that we're always putting the student athlete first in whatever we do, whether it's scheduling competitions, whether it's running events and tournaments, whether it's signing television contracts or exploring other ways to brand the conference or to extend the brand of the conference. That when we're doing all these things, that we want to be successful competitively. We want to enhance revenue streams in the conference. We want to do all those things. We want to have media partners and corporate partners and things like that. But when we're doing all these things, we want to do it with an eye toward making sure that the student athlete is represented in this first, and that we're not putting the desire to make money or the desire to win at all costs or any of those things. That we're not doing those things without looking at whether or not it's beneficial for the student athlete first. So that's kind of our going to be an ongoing theme with us over the next few years. I think it's get involved when you're on campus. If you there's volunteer opportunities. There's for example, when I was on campus, I volunteered with the athletic department, got to know people in the athletic department. You'll be successful the more and more contacts that you can develop, the more and more people that you know. That's going to allow you to get an opportunity here or an opportunity there or the next opportunity. And so being able to take full advantage of opportunities that are right in front of you is very key. Oh, certainly. Certainly teachers that I had in college and high school. My dad was an educator for many years. He was a 6th grade teacher when I was growing up. So certainly you get so many of your values from your parents. I think seeing one of the good things about being in a conference office is you can kind of you can kind of you're dealing with 12 schools, you're dealing with lots of different coaches, lots of different administrators, so you get exposed to a lot of different styles, styles of administration and leadership styles and those kinds of things, and you can really learn by example from so many different people. I've served 5 commissioners now since I've been at the Southern Conference, and I think all of them have had great qualities. All of them have been different people and have different styles, management styles, but you learn really valuable things from each of them and each of those different styles. I think it's just for us. We want them to continue to be a student first, to have fun with the competitive aspects of what they're doing, and to remain healthy and to hopefully achieve the success on the field or on the court that matches the success they'll have in the classroom. We do like our fans as well. We do appreciate the enthusiasm and support that they give our schools. A lot of what we do is not possible without them. So we do appreciate them tremendously too. Not only the alumni and boosters of our schools, but also the fans that may be fans of a particular institution, that didn't even go there but might live in that neighborhood now or that geographic area. So very important to what we do as well.